Hey there, and welcome back to Expert Challenges, an educational monster train series where we get a divine victory on every expert challenge. This is it, everyone. This is number 25, the final expert challenge, the last one. Can we do it? I believe we can. This one is not too bad. It's kind of entertaining, actually, but it has a very easy solution if you're looking at it from a puzzle perspective. So the previous one we played, just to kind of recap you, was the hero we need. Now, for the hero we need, this one is pretty tough, actually, right? You get a strong champion, which usually isn't that important, and then your spells are made much worse by making them more expensive, which is kind of a double whammy in terms of value. We did go with an Imperialist line here, which I think is probably the safest way of approaching it because the Implings are not increased in cost, but she still benefits strongly from the bonuses that you get here from both marks, right? Especially if you hit Imperialist, she has a lot of health that way. So, pretty good. We had an Enforcer infused multi-striking plus 25 draft, two of those, with a self-infused welder helper that we were using. We had remove consume on and holdover on a trap shoot, which was expensive thanks to arduous arcana, but was still well worth it. And a combustible wax that was kind of propping up our burnout a bit. Queen's Tale, of course, doing a lot of heavy lifting, and Golden Vault and Memorial Fund providing a truckload of value. So, pretty solid floor altogether. But just generally speaking, that's a pretty tricky one. The hero we need is the last one I consider fairly difficult. Moving on, though, we are on War is Hell. Their forces are strong and grow ever stronger. Fortunately, your troops aren't too shabby either. At least that's what it says. The three modifiers you have to deal with here. First, Hero's Burden. This gives you 15 free pack shards with no value added every combat. This means that you are facing a guarantee of, let's see, 8 by 15 is 120 shards, right? You have 8 combats before you face the Divinity. So, it's tough. You get a free 120 shards. You're usually looking at something in the range of 300 shards coming out of this. But that's obviously spicy and scary, and you should maybe be a little bit concerned about it. But you can plan around this, right? It's not too bad if you take the advantage here. Elite, you start with Hammered Chestplate, Scorched Steel, and Worn Grindstone. There's a ton of extra stats. You already know what I'm thinking. I'm going to show you what I'm thinking, but you should know by now. You have every idea. I know you know. And then lastly, Brawl. Friendly and enemy units gain plus 5 hit points, or rather plus 5 attack and plus 10 health. Your pyre does 10 more damage. So, more stats, raw stats. Alright, lock in your answers. Who am I going to pick? Alright, I waited long enough. We're going to play Primordium, unsurprisingly. Primordium with this many free stats is nonsense, and we're going to combo this with Exile Awoken. A very, very powerful baseline here that easily clobbers this expert challenge is just like quick multi-strike sweeper with Primordium powering it up. And obviously any kind of additional scaling is helpful. You can get away with Stalwart Snack Opener. In fact, I kind of recommend it because you have such high base stats that aggressive edible is not really as impressive. And then you just pivot into Superfood whenever you can, hopefully getting some damage shield, which lets you combat the Divinity, and the run is easy, right? So I think this one's not too bad. And hopefully we won't get completely smashed. There are certainly ways that this could go cursed and be terrible. You miss quick, you miss multi-strike, you don't have any solution for survivability, you just kind of melt. It's very easy for this to go bad. The thing that's important to keep in mind, though, is that the hero's burden, rather, is this doesn't mean that you shouldn't take packed shards from temples. In fact, you still should. You should just be prepared for a 200 to 300 shard run. So this is basically guaranteed train wreck, is the way I see it. And you should plan around that. That's something I'm going to do. But fortunately, I've been playing Trainwreck a lot, so it's not that bad, but yeah. Obviously, if you end up on like the 300 pack shard path, you better be hecka strong or you're going to have a bad day. But But yeah, that's what we're going to do. So here is our expert challenge setup. So, all right, as always, do like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get through our final expert challenge. The end of the legend. Man, it's been almost like a half a year on this, hasn't it? 25 weeks of this? Yeah, it's only 1 week off from half a year. Thanks for sticking with me through the whole thing if you have, right? Like, it's no one has to, of course, but it's nice when people do. So, all right. That all said, hope you're all doing well. I'm doing just peachy. This is probably the last episode I'm recording today. If my voice is scratchy or otherwise somewhat unintelligible, I'm trying here, I promise. But I am on the 4th or 5th recording of the day, so oof, we've been really pushing through it. I had to build up my backlog, and I didn't feel too bad about this one. I knew what I wanted to do. This is the last one I wanted to record, so it kind of all worked out. That said, do expect me to periodically pause in order to take drinks of water. Hydro homies, it's important, right? You gotta drink water. Go for it. Do it. Everyone take a glass of water and have a sip right now. You're on lock. Do it. Incredible. Water. Great news. All right, let's play Monster Train. Today we are, as before, Exile Umbra, Exile Awoken. One of the, in my opinion, the strongest clan combo in game. This is the clan combo I tell new players to play if they just want to smash everything and climb covenants, no problem. This is it. It's nonsense how powerful it is. That said, it's good to branch out. Monster Train is not only about Primordium with Awoken units. We're also going to be facing today Rage Talos, Rage Fell, Sap Seraph. Nothing scary here, which is good. Antumbra Assault, Restoration Detonation, and Cave-In. Unfortunately, our cards aren't very great. It's nice to have a ping, though. I'll take Antumbra Assault. The rest of this is not particularly impressive, right? Nothing really to write home about. Most of it's going to get removed. Restoration Detonation might provide some value, but that's about it. Alright, cool. We get all these modifiers. We've already talked about them. Behold Primordium's stats. Baseline, his stats are 13, 18, which is insane. So that's cool. And he also gets 5 armor, which is also fun. Temples today are 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 5 temples all back-loaded. How exciting. That should be really strong. A lot of power in those temples that we can take advantage of. The dupe on Ring 8 is on Steel side, nothing special. Trinket Shop with no money and nothing really remarkable on Ring 7 competes with a Magic Shop that has money and a Horde. This whole floor is kind of garbage. No removals, unfortunately, but that's okay. Maybe we'll be flush with cash and we can just go to the Trinket Shop, but we'll see. Let's see, Steel Shop, money, and removals on 6, which is great. 6 also has a Magic Shop with Cave, which is okay. Nothing bad here. Removal dupe plus Horde on 5 is awesome. If I can use this effectively, I should. Competes with a mediocre Steel Shop. It's pretty good, actually. It's got a Cave, but it's nothing incredible. It's got some money. Awoken Banner Hellvent on 4. Steel Shop Vortex Umbra Banner on 4. Pretty great. If I end up on an Umbra Banner Infusion line, that's okay. Morsel Maker's fine. Crucible Warden is fine. You know, there's a lot of good infusions that are just fine infusions for both like multi-purpose value, right? Crucible Warden gives you some stats. It also gives you damage shields. Probably the best defensive infusion in game, if I'm being honest with you. It's worth over 100 hit points on average, so pretty awesome. Morsel Maker is slow, but functional at least. In a lot of cases, unless your deck is tailored for it, Morsel Maker probably gives average value around what you would get from like Siren of the Sea, for instance. Though obviously Siren of the Sea is better in a lot of ways, aka on your final combat. For Relentless, you still get your scaling because Resolve doesn't happen, so there's that consideration. Most importantly also, if you've built your whole deck for incanting, you're almost certainly going to get more than 6 incants a turn, so Siren of the Sea outperforms, etc, etc. You can kind of see what I'm getting at. Morsel Maker is consistent and effective, if not, you know, average at best. It's pretty much the baseline of what I would expect for what it does. Early game, we have double Magic Shops, a plethora of banners. Awoken banner on the Steel side is excellent. We do want an Awoken unit baseline for Primordium. It is priority number 1. Sweeper ideally. You can also make Animus of Will work here, but you're going to want Trample for sure in that case. Sweeper otherwise should easily do it. Quick multi are going to be on our radar. We're going to need quick. Quick is the most important defensive pickup we can take. So there's that as well. Cool. All right. Seems good. See what we roll into. Golden Volt, Capricious Reflection. Capricious Reflection is a little spicy here, but I do think it's worth it. We're going to go ahead and take that. I'm going to grab the Dark Forge first. We are going to take Superfood first. Ideally, we see the Stalwart Snack later, but the important takeaway is Superfood is Damage Shield 2, guaranteed, which is critical into the Divinity. And he passes on the Scorched Steel Armor, which is really important. Plus, he's going to just give 75 health. Kind of insane. Divine Horde, Vapor Funnel, Thorn Fruit for sure, I think, right? This will speed me up a decent amount, I think. Obviously, improved Firebox could pay out pretty hard here, but I think Thorn Fruit will provide more value for the mid and early game, and potentially the late game if we get some of the upgrades for him, so I think we can take this trial. The math and all of your knowledge of Monster Train are thrown out the window for this. Everything hits so bloody hard. This guy's got 50 life right here. Check that out, right? This guy in the back has 11, right? You can't ping. The pings are too weak. So, I mean, but you look at your guy. Your guy is cruising. So, I don't know what to tell you. Wild. Your pings have to be nonsense strong. The other thing that's worth keeping in mind is that collectors are basically impossible to kill normally. So that is a big bummer. We're going to sting here. I'm going to play the root seeds here. We get a ton of stats. We just missed the collector. You can kind of see what I'm getting at, though. Very spicy. Very spicy. This floor is almost certainly going to just crush me somehow. You could, like, play a Train Steward, but this guy is still taking a truckload of damage, right? He does 5 here because of the thing in back. It's going to have to be okay. Alright. Okay, we at least only take... This was 8 damage? 8 damage, sure. Cool, great. Train Steward, Train Steward. I mean, the math checks out. He takes 45 damage just from that. We take 8 here, which is acceptable, I think. It'll have to do. I get a couple big heals upstairs, and then we just send it, and it's fine. We have a 68-98 on Ring 1. I have no fear, right? It's going to be fine. But you can see how, like, your pings are really weak here, right? I can't access backlines at all. So I need tools for this. Remove Consume Prismal Dust is going to be great. We're going to click that. -2s will be awesome. Double Stack Sharpen. I'm just going to take Steel Enhancer here. The fact that it's Permafrost is not very important, but we'll go left now. Merchant of Steel says, multi-strike in the shop. Give me a sweeper, buddy. No! No sweeper! Vine Mother? Thorned Hollow? I have to take something. I have to take something. Pyrestone Housing. Winged Technology if I end up on the morsels. Ooh, this is a bummer. I'm going to take the Pyrestone Housing here. Are we seriously considering multi-strike Thorned Hollow? This does not seem good. But it does seem necessary. You want to toss this guy another plus 25? I don't know how to feel about that. We don't have good healing, right? I have like a little bit. It's not great. I think we're not going to invest too hard in him. We're going to move on. We're not going to go too hard on that investment. You can get this unit draft, 100%. I don't think this kills me. That was a really bad roll. Really, really bad roll. Okay, let's play top floor. Play Thorned Hollow first. Remember, Power of Ember Drain. Okay. Great. I basically do not have access to anything in the back. Now, I do think it's important to play this Restoration Detonation. Spikes are going to be really important here. Right? Yes. Our plinks are more useless than usual. Excellent. Alright, that's a good opener here. Okay, I think we clean this up pretty well. We have a lot of health. And we have some spikes, which is good. Face tank with a trained steward. Awesome. It will have to do, I think. Alright, we managed to take another 5 only. That backline guy was the only real threat here. We're going to big heal upstairs. We sting twice. The plink does nothing. Okay. I think we get this. Alright, we did indeed get this. Damage shield is your friend. Okay. This could be functional. It's not great, but it could be functional. Double stack Prismal Dust. I actually think the holdover Mind Collapse might be the right play here. We see a 10 in piercing, and this actually kills enemies. Amazingly. Incredibly even. No perils. Big bummer. I'll take the Mind Collapse. It's the best ping we're gonna see. 20 consume Vine Grasp. Random holdover on a Steel Enhancer. I think I'll just grab this Razor Sharp and move on. Is it Animus of Will instead? I'll be honest with you. Doesn't feel that much stronger than Thorned Hollow here with the upgrades. I guess he could be an infusion, right? It could be an infusion for Thorned Hollow. We're going to take so much damage, though. I guess it could just be an infusion for this guy, right? That maybe is fine. Multi-strike again, 3rd hit. I don't know what to tell you. This looks jank as heck, but we're going to keep looking. I'm going to go to the right. Magic Shop says remove consume, 20 consume is good here. There's money in the middle, which I will take. Awoken Banner says some pretty weak capricious reflection rolls on sweepers. I think it is just Thorned Hollow play time, right? Unironically, unbelievably. Oh man, alright, cool. Let's put a -1 into the Razor Sharp here. Let's put a 20 consume into a plink. Let's re-roll. I'll 20 consume another plink. This means they actually can threaten something. And we can -1 a root seeds. Good. Look in the cave. See what we get. Sack for Pyre Health. Taking 25 Pyre Health and damage here seems irresponsible. But I do want to be able to go to this steel shop and capitalize on the Pyre Stone housing. It does seem really irresponsible, doesn't it? I think the play is just a little. Just a little. 25 gold plus the money we make here will, and maybe selling this banner will be enough to get me over the threshold to re-roll that shop for a multi-strike, which is pretty much the only thing I care about there. So now this is not pushback Talos, so that's good. We're going to go ahead and play Thorned Hollow here. Buff it up. Razor Sharp on turn 1 is pretty solid. We get some Trained Stewards out. Sure. Okay, fine. Alright, Root Seeds is your friend. I can at least push some damage shield here if I so chose. Not a lot. I'm going to put the Root Seeds in instead. I think it's just going to be objectively better. Wow, we got a morsel. I'm going to leave that morsel in, actually, right? Seems like that could actually do something useful, which is funny. Restoration, detonation, yes please. Sting here, plink. Great, good, wonderful. Alright, plink, good job. Alright, She's going to ride upstairs, which is a huge bummer. But we can hopefully, yeah, we get out of this a little bit. We go ahead and pop the front enemy. We restoration detonation the second enemy. Good. I'm going to sting and then double plink or big plink downstairs, which is great news. Buffs go in. I could have honestly face tanked with a morsel, as weird as that is. Could have saved that 16, which I probably should have done, but that's okay. Blast the man, that's good. We sting middle, I suppose you might as well. We'll kill him, because you may as well do it, and then buff. We're doing a sizable 250 damage of wave, so we definitely beat this boss here, right? There's no doubt in my mind that we get past it, but I will admit it's a little tricky. I don't even know what to offer here. Plink, I guess, or ping an enemy for 3. Do 3 damage, does nothing. We get to blast the guy upstairs, which is great. I'm going to go ahead and multi-sting. We at least kill that guy, which is wonderful. Take 1 damage, shield upstairs. Sure. We easy win this. There's no chance that this does not defeat the boss. Great. Well done. Stings are doing, honestly, heavy lifting here. Okay. Alright, we're past this. We're at 100 shards now. Awoken's Rail Spike. Shroud Spike. Remove Consume. I don't know how to feel about that. We didn't see a Shadow Eater yet, unfortunately. And I did skip Winged Technology. I don't think we go that direction. I'm going to grab this Rail Spike, though. I can always chill on it, right? Burnout 1, Morsel Master, incredible. I think it's just Animus of Will's infusion here. We skip and we chill. Alright, it's fine. Draw cards, maybe? Actually, I think I'm going to pick Ember because I can use Stings and Root Seeds to offset this. I think we can get a lot of value out of this. We're going left. Yep. Yep. It's good. I can re-roll here, which is worthy because I saw a large stone. 2 out of 3 chances to see good stuff. Quick is good enough. Sure, bud. There it is. We have a quick Thorned Hollow. Who'da thunk? Unbelievable. Let's put the Animus of Will in this. And we've essentially built our own Animus of Will just with a lot more health and like a side ability, I guess. And it's huge. I'm going to put a -2 into the Prismal Dust so this always gives me positive. Dark Forge today says, Stalwart Snack, incredible news. This is going to be huge value for us. Wonderful. Ha, there's Shadow Eater. Look at that. They ended up showing it to us. So we could have done Shroud Spike, Shadow Eater Infusion. And the thing is that it only would have been coming from... It might have worked. Man, it might have worked. Crazy to think about. Anyway, I'm going to skip him because I didn't end up picking that direction. We're going to drop... Man, the plinks are less than useful here. When I say less than useful, I mean less than normally. They're usually pretty bad. In this particular instance, they're terrible. Just truly abysmal cards. I think dropping the plinks is accurate. It's going to be good. Get rid of them. The Train Stewards at least benefit from all of the modifiers, right? 125 shards. Seems good. Intrinsic... I don't think there's a great intrinsic play here. No, I'm going to move on. Obviously, if I had the extra space, I might put it in a Razor Sharp Edge for more damage scaling, but we don't. But we have the Stalwart Snack. I think it's okay. We chill. Ancient Hate, sure. I'm okay with that. This is an okay combat. We can play top floor, which is good. Oh, that's a really good high roll. Or hit, at least. That's a really good hit. Good. And then I just full send on the Rail Spike immediately, which is honestly a good hit as well. Cool. That's solid. Alright. It's not great. I think we need to put spikes on this floor. Because, yeah, it kills the guy in back. 100%. We need to play a Train Steward mid-floor. I guess we can actually Sting and Mind Collapse there, which is nice. Which means I can... Or actually, it might be better to Antumbra Assault there. I do think it's worth it to put the Restoration Detonation in, however. Play that. More spikes is good. I may as well Mind Collapse simply because it allows me to play the Train Steward and the Root Seeds, which is good. So I'm good with that. Yes. Alright, cool. Sting here. Remember, we do have Quick, which is great. So let's use that to put in 15 damage shield on our floor. Great news. Honestly, excellent. The fact that he has spikes is actually proving quite useful here. Pop this, and then we get some free damage here, which is good. I'll play double Train Stewards down below. We get some damage in. It's cool. It's really weird seeing 20 health on these front guys. What do you mean? Very strange. Put in 5 more damage shield. Cool, and that feels strong. It feels strong, yes. Having some spikes is actually quite good here, I think. Yeah, we take a bunch of curses, but we easily win this combat anyway, so I just don't care. Great, in fact. The Quick is doing some heavy lifting, in fact. I'm looking for Trample Stone. We might be able to pull this off anyway. Hold over Feast. Weird. Grovel is not bad with a -1. Alright, sure. Hold over Unleash the Wildwood. Bramble Lash. I'm going to click this Hold over Unleash the Wildwood, right? This just seems cool. Put a -1 in that, and that's pretty strong. I no longer need the Merchants of Steel. So let's go to the right. I do have dupes, yeah? Yeah, there's stuff I'll put dupes on, for sure. The Horde today says, Abandoned Antumbra. Well, heck. It's too bad I skipped Winged Technology. Although I think I grabbed Pyrestone Housing over it, which I think is pretty critical to our survivability here, so I'm pretty happy with that. We'll take Precious Plating instead. Removals here are simple. We're going to drop Plink. And I'm going to cut Cave-In. The dupe here should also be simple. I think it's going to just be Razor Sharp Edge. Another one of these for my early turns is great. Temple-wise, we don't need to take anything, but we certainly can. We did find a 10 in Piercing, which is excellent for Mind Collapse, although... Yeah, I mean, I have a holdover Mind Collapse. We should definitely use this. My main concern is that 10 damage is not enough to kill most backlines in the late game with this modifier. I really need a +30 here. What if instead I put this in Restoration Detonation? I think that's smarter. A -2. This -2 is really good on Awoken's Rail Spike. Kind of. Well, I mean, objectively it is. Yeah, we'll click it. It's fine. No more infusions. Moving on. 165. The shards, they are a stackin', but that's okay. Mark of Invasion, not afraid of it. I think we have the tools to win as long as we can kind of just pull it off, right? You know what's crazy? Root Seed's in front. Alright, we're fine. Root Seed's in back. I was going to say Root Seed's in front gets the kill, Root Seed's in back doesn't, but the Sting changes it. We get a ton of damage shield from this, which is awesome. Great. Amazing. I'm going to go ahead and get some spikes on the floor here, I think. My greed. I no longer get the Collector because I didn't upgrade the Mind Collapse. What have I done? It's okay. I probably did this intentionally. Let's unleash the Wildwood and then Rail Spike. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. Big damage buff. And then we get a big plink. Hey, and we get the collector. It's amazing. We're going to save these morsels for later. Alright, incredible work. Go team. More damage in the back. Excellent. Alright. I think we're doing it, is where I'm at right now. I think we've figured it out, right? We did give up some damage shield by that play, unfortunately, but that's okay. We can blast a man upstairs. I'm looking for stats, alright? Damage shield up top is your friend. Sting here. This mid-floor is horrifying. We're going to plink it instead of the unleash here. I do think, fortunately, we're being propped up pretty hard by this Thorned Hollow. It's a lot of damage and a lot of health. It's good, as it turns out. 9 damage. Still can't kill a backline. Go team. Alright. 12 stealth. It's a bummer, but we have 15 damage shield, so I kind of don't care. I'm going to put an Umbra morsel in front. It just face tanks this. Magma morsel is your friend. 5 damage shield, and we chill. Yeah, I think we have the tools to just absolutely crush this, is where I'm at. Yeah, we obviously win this combat, right? 100%? No questions asked? Yeah, easy. Doesn't even get through our damage shield, in fact. Cool. Just a lot of turns of sitting around, and then we punch it in 2 rounds. Pretty good. Okay, so we get through Crystal Cloak. So I know I removed Cave-In, but have you heard about Holdover Cave-In? Oh, baby. Incredible. No. Oh, no, I skipped it. What did I do? Wow, I'm bad at the game. Permafrost Channel Song. Now we're kind of cooking, right? I have a lot of opportunities to see another intrinsic, and if I miss the intrinsic, I'm not terribly upset about it, right? Yeah, alright. I'll take it. Maybe we'll see Cheater's Hand and it'll be okay. Let's go to this magic shop, right? I just need minus... I don't need steel shop stuff? Yeah. We'll see what we hit. Give me an intrinsic again? Ah, bummer. Spell Chain. No. Tendon Piercing again? I mean, again, Tendon Piercing into a Restoration Detonation is probably correct. Let's look at this cave real fast. Shroud Spike, Spike of the Stygian, another Awoken's Rail Spike. I'll take another Awoken's Rail Spike, right? Let's just draw more cards faster. It's hard to say no to that. Holdover. I mean, what do you put this on? Holdover Restoration Detonation is a big slap. That does hit a man pretty hard. The problem is we're not really taking damage. We have a lot of damage shield. So I don't actually think that's that great. The -1s, I think this is easy. These just go into the root seeds, right? I could hold over the rest. I mean, how do I... It's tough. This would be good if I was actually face tanking some hits. But I don't think I am most of the time. Most of it's going to damage shield with this setup, so I think we just skip that. The holdover otherwise, I mean, Steel Enhancer's too weak. Grovel, I don't care about. Whatever. Root seeds, no. Reroll it. It's fine. Double stack. I'll put another -1 in something. We're gonna make... Oh, we want to make free. Honestly, it's gotta... Oh, it's gotta be Unleash the Wildwood. This stupid thing is holdover. It has to be free here. Let's cut cards. I think it has become long since past time for us to drop these Antumbra Assaults. They're very bad, as it turns out. Yes. I have a lot of money. I'm going to save for that trinket shop, maybe. I can imagine some hits here that are pretty good. Spell Chain. Don't think so. Second Tendon Piercing? I mean... At this point, I feel like I should just put it into the Mind Collapse. So I will. I can at least reach 15 pretty comfortably. We move on. We should beat Fel, right? We should, I think. We're playing a pretty straightforward line. I just need to make sure that I can do it. Now, here's your real question. Am I going to hit this channel song fast enough? I don't think so, and also the train stewards are still in this run, so let's just not mess around right now. Incredible. Plink doing heavy lifting here. Alright. This is a good turn. Let's play some cards. I would like to Prismal Dust, then we're going to have nothing to pop. Alright, Mind Collapse, doing no work whatsoever. We at least get a Root Seeds out, right? It's fine. We get the full heal. This is at least decent from the perspective of generating spikes, which may or may not be at all relevant in this run. It's very hard to say. The Razor Sharps are excellent, though. Yeah, the Razor Sharps are just mega good, as it turns out. Now, this floor is a little spicy, right? We clear it, though. Now, we're currently at 69.69, nice. But that is 120, 138, right? I can play one more spell up here. I'm going to go ahead and hit the Rail Spike on this. Okay, we get a Train Steward. If I put one of these Root Seeds in front, I can play an additional card, so I will. Right? I need to make sure he's getting the kills here. So we sting, I'll buff middle, and then we just hold over the unleash here. And we manage to pull it off. Okay. Good. Good enough, at least. It'll do it, right? It will get the job done. We're gonna just buff in front here. It's worth it. Spikes for sure. Scale me. We get 3 more damage shield. Good enough. Okay, I think this is enough to win the combat. I think so. Almost didn't get through these double 190s, which is kind of wild. Super morsel. Incredible. Incredible. Okay, we're really trying here. We do get through this, which is good. We're going to buff. We at least push, well, past this floor. It's still not super clean, but it's enough, I think. We're doing over 600 here. We have enough damage shield that I'm not that concerned. 22 damage shield is pretty good. Yeah, I don't know why I pinged that man. No real reason to. Huge morsel. There he is. Alright, we have a lot of stats. I think we've got it, right? I think so. It's tough. Yeah, we do. We have it. Monster Train. Incredible work. Amazing. I'm just clicking the cards to try to get a sense for final levels. This is almost 750. Man, that's not enough for mini-bosses on the Divinity. It's not strong enough for them. I'm going to need, like, Root Split Mask or something, Wretch is... Yeah, okay, now we have it. Alright, good. Cool. I was just like, I'm not feeling like we're there yet. But being able to play Primordium a second time is disgusting. So that will be sufficient to win this run. We took draw, by the way, as if there were any doubt. I'm going to look at this Merchant of Trinkets because we could see some stuff here, right? Health is fine. Trinket Shop is bad. Maybe we get an overstack. Oh, he's tiny. Does this help us at all? No, but it's funny. Does Behemoth help us? Yes, but I can't play Primordium then, so no. We'll make him tiny. Alright. It's cute, I guess. I don't think it adds anything meaningful. We do get the starting damage shield now, though, which is great. Happy to have that. Divine Temple, plus 30. They do show it to me, which is good. Intrinsic here, I mean intrinsic channel song. This is good because now I just drop Primordium immediately. I have to cut every single train steward. Now, yes. I've held on to these because well, they're not terrible, but I do need to cut them. Okay. I think I'm going to the magic shop and not the dupe next. I think so. The plus 30 is not really that important. I guess it's not terrible to drop this into the restoration detonation. If I do end up taking damage, it could be a big deal. How often is that going to happen? Probably not very often if I'm being real with you. Let's just skip this. Save our shards. Move on. We're looking at, right now, 245 into Divinity, which is spicy, but not too terrible. I can beat a train wreck at this level, right? Okay, Mr. Hollow lands, for sure. Primordium drops in. We're not doing the nonsense here. I'm going to go ahead and click the channel song because I can actually just put a train steward in the back here and be alright with that. Well, it kills a guy. There's other ways to kill a guy. Let's go ahead and rail spike this. Yeah, alright. Just like Restoration Detonation does this. So, cool. Now I don't have to do anything stupid. I can just take stats. You know, by the way, Permafrost on Wretch here is ridiculously cool. I can just hold on to this card until such point that I feel like dealing with it. Or I need it, which is awesome. Cool. I'm feeling reasonably good. We just missed the Collector again. I mean, that's just the way of it. And that will have to do. If I do play out my train stewards, I could actually, when Primordium swings back around, we could potentially deal with some stuff. I do need to plink here. Our goal is to push numbers. Plink again. Ooh, that's a bummer. It does put it in range of a mine collapse, however. Right? Sure does. Okay, so let's play the rail spike here. Well, no. Let's play the damage shield. Then we mine collapse. Then we rail spike. Alright, I am, for better or worse, going to leak. Ah, man. We're down by a small chunk here. That's okay. We did our best. It's only one hit. It could have been much worse. That was pretty tough. Being real with you, that was a challenging floor. Now, having a ping is worthwhile. You can sting at least one of these guys and get them killed. It's a big bummer that it's this challenging, but, you know, fair enough. Big train steward, whatever. I'm going to get him killed here. Yeah, get rid of that. I want to draw more cards. Why I got rid of that. And I also don't really care about Primordium stats here. We prop him up sizably already. It's going to be... it's enough, right? Spikes helps out. I can pop a guy. I don't think I need to do this, though, is where I'm at. I think we should pop the guy downstairs and then just play some damage shield and chill. Because our numbers should be well over this point. Yeah, we're good. Now, importantly, I do have 3 cards in the pool, so we want to make sure we get Primordium back. And we do. Not a problem. Great work. Go team. And now we just pump numbers into Primordium, and this is easy, right? Yeah, no problems. Good. Great. Alright, what do we got now? Other morsel, yes. More damage shield, yes. Miner is your friend. We're clearing that. Pretty good. 103 damage. Primordium is sizable. 8 damage shield. Alright, I mean, this is easy. We're clearing this. We do enough damage. We're winning. Yeah. 100%. No doubts in my mind. Good job. Cool. Alright, we should have this pretty comfortably. And we do. We get the sting, no problem. We blast this guy, easy, 1 round. Okay, excellent. I mean, we have this, I think. I took 15. We were a little slow. That is something to be watching. Do I want engine upgrade? I don't hate it. It factors into Prismal Dust. It could maybe matter for other things. I don't think it's that good. Is Kindle ever it? No. Although I think you could have done some silly stuff here with Thorned Hollow, Shadow Eater, Kindle, Shroud Spike. What a silly run that would have been. But I think that one also wins if you can predict everything effectively. But the problem, if you go in on that and you miss one part of it, you just kind of lose. So I think we're just going to skip here. I'm okay with the state of my Ember situation right now. Yeah. Focused growth. I don't hate this card. It just doesn't really do anything that I want. I'm already drawing a lot. We're going to skip it. This money might be more useful somehow. I don't really know. I'm thinking of going to the right, to the removals. Remember, I do want to try to connect the Channel Song with Primordium, which I do think I can do if I remove the Train Stewards. And I do want to do that. I don't really have a dupe that I want that badly, right? It would just be like, what, a Rail Spike, I guess? Yeah, we'll go right. It's fine. We get that health back, which is nice. Okay, Chain of Gems is pretty awesome. I'm a huge fan of that. Gnarled Root is actually really sick here. He gets enough spikes that's pretty good, actually, huh? Cut the Train Stewards. They must go. This now makes Channel Song consistent. Spell Chain here. Don't see the Spell Chain coming in handy. Purge, I don't know, maybe not. Magic Shop, Permafrost. I think the answer is simply to just make root seeds free. But let's go to the Trinket Shop. I'm going to buy both Gnarled Root and Chain of Gems. Just, yes. They're super good relics here. And then I'm going to re-roll here and buy the other -1 into a Root Seeds. I may as well pick up this plus 10, 30 in piercing. I'll make the other one 20 in piercing, so it's actually decent. Sure, great. Very quick. Alright, 230 out of 100. I mean, it's basically a train wreck episode, which is okay with me. Let's go ahead and send it. We should be able to beat Seraph no problem. We have a lot of health to work with, thanks to all of the health that I've gotten from places, Precious Plating especially. I was trying to find it. We do a good chunk of damage as well, if we need to. We should be able to send it. Now, remember, Chain of Gems really makes it pay off, but we're not going to go in, right? We've already planned for this. We're going to Channel Song Primordium. We chill. Okay, here he comes. Channel Song, Primordium, get him. Alright, great work. We airdrop him in now. Even though he's got the Ember Drain, he now has 4 damage shield, and we load him up. And this is actually huge. I'm going to go ahead and draw more cards here, right? That just seems stronger at the moment. Take 1 damage shield, that's fine. I'm going to hold this over. I feel like we're going to need this. We're not doing a lot of damage yet. right? And we're passing on sap, which is a bit of a bummer. Yeah, you can see why I'm a little concerned here, right? Okay. We can pop the back line right now, or I really think what we should pop is the front line, if I'm being honest with you. This guy. It's tough, right? I think we have to go here. And then the question really is, what do you buff? Great question, right? I get a +3 from the restoration detonation, which gives me 9 more damage. I'm going to buff in front, actually, I think. It gets this kill, right? We do leak 20 damage. I don't want to leak 20 damage. I might not have a choice. Man, we came close, didn't we? Bummer. Alright, we take 20. Alright, we have precious plating. It's okay. This sap is actually causing us a bit of a problem here. Fortunately, I think we are doing okay right now. Stats are your friend. Woof. I'm going to hold over this so we push this through. And then I'm going to play this wretch just for the excavator here. And then I'm going to sacrifice the rubble morsel. The excavator does give me lifesteal, which I do value quite a bit here. That's a lot of scaling, right? Alright, we're clearing the floor. We're looking like we're doing it here. Which is honestly great. Scaling is your friend. Nothing here is within 10 damage range. I don't need it to be either, though. We'll take some buffs in the back. I'm going to just slam the rail spike here for some stats. Yeah, that's okay. We get Steel Enhancer and some other stuff. Here's more damage shield. I'm going to play the Shade Wings hit on middle, because I do think that guy is going to walk up, and we're going to have to kill him. Yeah, I mean, obviously, he walks up. We knew that. We are holding down the floor really well here, though. We're doing it, I think. Yeah, it's good. The Spikes is actually doing a legitimate effort, by the way. The Spikes is some, like, legit heavy lifting. We somehow missed the Wretch on this turn, which is pretty surprising. Bad rolls, but, you know, fine, I suppose. Play big stats. I don't think we need Mind Collapse. I'm dropping it, yeah. Those last guys are dying to Spikes, which is pretty awesome, in my opinion. The Spikes is doing some legitimate heavy lifting. Root Seeds up front. I need to make sure I hit Primordium, right? Yeah. Then we're just going to play Lifesteal because it's good. And I'm going to leave these morsels in. We should be way ahead now, right? Yeah, we are. We're doing... I mean, we added 100 damage on that turn. I think we are cruising, is the way I would describe this. Tons of stats, just truly astronomical levels of stats here. Yeah, we have the victory. Great. In fact, the biggest win here is just how much damage shield I have. 44 damage shield. Good luck killing my guy, right? He crushes. Okay, 20 damage taken. Not great. Shard of Divinity. Absolutely, I'll take a free 100 health. What a good roll. Blank pages would have also been cool. Right? Just like free weapons to throw at enemies would have been great. You could also roll another Primordium and just go mad with power, but... Okay. Alright, here we are. Thorned Hollow airdrops in. We're going to plink downstairs. Well, no, I'm not. I'm going to plink upstairs. Remember, channel song. Remember, we did this for a reason. Okay, we're sending it. First order of business, send it. Alright, Primordium, airdrop, bam. Okay, big buff time, big buff. Now, if I'm being honest, I could just draw a bunch of cards. How good is that here? Not as good as I think as just buffing, right? I mean, I like this Gnarled Root's actually doing some reasonably heavy lifting. I think this is actually fine. I will play 2 draw here. Sure. Grovel, great work. Extra damage shield, amazing. The morsels straight up pass away. Almost live. They almost survive. 26 health, 26 damage, Divinity. Unreal. Actually crazy. Well, I'm going to let them die then. That's fine. That's okay with me. Okay. We're trying our best here. Alright, now a 85 damage enemy is rough. Plinks are good. The plink did well there. I think we need to Razor Sharp in front. 75. Alright, that helps a ton. Okay. Whew, alright, and then we have to just pop it in the back, right? We can buff these numbers even more. Good. Okay. Great. Does 13 damage do anything here? We can... We should work on this front guy, for sure. Work on him. Play 1 extra damage shield in the back. Fine. Okay, it's a lot of damage shield lost there, but well worth it. Okay, we did take a hit, which means that this restoration detonation does something meaningful, which is unbelievable. That's cool. Now, how do I get this kill? I don't think I can right now, and that's going to have to be okay. 140. Man, I actually can get this shot, right? I go Steel Enhancer, Root Seeds, and we actually clear the whole floor. Unbelievable. And I am going to now pop the Wilt Wings. This is important, by the way. The Wilt Wings must die because I need my quick guy shooting these big heavies. Crazy. Okay, we clear that floor, which is good. It means I save a lot of health to walk up here. Now, we are going to leak this floor. There's pretty much no world we don't. I knew that this was coming. That's okay. We knew this was coming. We all knew that this was going to be this turn. I could maybe have gotten that back guy if I'd spent it at 1 extra Ember, actually, which is kind of weird to think about, but I don't think that was ever the angle I was going for here. That back guy is not as big of a threat as some of these other things. Like, this mini-boss just potentially wrecks me, absolutely. Okay, that's going to be a lot of incoming damage. Alright, we're not dead. That is a lot of incoming damage, though. Okay, can I ever kill this front guy? Wow, yes, I can. What? I totally can. Oh, I'm so good. Whew. Alright, y'all, that's That's good. We beat them. We beat the frickin' chains play. Unreal. Give me stats, please. Once we bring him back with Wretch, I think we're going to be way, way, way ahead here. Alright, play the Wretch. Okay, incoming Primordium. Give me stats, please. Great, he's strong enough that he actually just kills the guy in back. Which means, once you get to the point where you feel strong enough that we can casually just buff Primordium, it's really good. Yeah, alright, we're going to go for the damage shield here. I am going to take 2 turns to hopefully kill the conduit. Yes, alright, I think we've got it. I think beating that first mini-boss gives me a lot of confidence. Yeah, 400, 400, 400. He just straight up murders the first 3. The back is all Primordium plus spikes. So it doesn't matter how much we incant this goon, right? It just straight up is irrelevant. All these things, oh my god, 1,000 health. I think we do beat 1,000 health guy there, though. In kind of glorious fashion. Here, have more damage shield. It also does some damage to him, actually. If I punch him once with this Mind Collapse, we actually do save, like, 17 health to the pyre. Sure. Alright, fine. Yeah, because I do 50. So I saved 17 there. I think we actually beat this boss, right? This boss stands no chance. Amazing. Incredible work. I mean, with all of this, I think we have it. I have no chance. Mind Collapse never has reach on the back there. I can't even deal with these clipped shaman. I can't kill this back guy. I mean, I just dropped the Mind Collapse, honestly. It is straight up not worth it otherwise. We'll draw cards and see what we roll into. Sure, doesn't matter. I have enough damage shield to win. Alright, we get it. Whew, alright. Monster Train, war is hell. Except when you're, I don't know, Thorned Hollow, I guess. My guy is crushing it. Get it, damage shield morsel. Go team. We gain health on the Divinity here. I mean, this is what you're looking for, right? This is the run, right? What we want to have. Okay, now, let me be clear. This is not what you're looking for. Thorned Hollow, this guy, this is not what you want here. Look, no one knows why this run is the way it is. I mean, the only answer really is Capricious Reflection, and the fact that there was a multi-strike in a shop, and I said, I guess I can win with this, okay. And then I did. So, fair enough, Monster Train. Fair enough. It's almost sad. That's the last expert challenge. Let's go to the run summary. The real thing here, though, this is all about the clan combo, right? Everything about the Elite plus Brawl is just screaming Primordium. If you're not playing Primordium here, you are honestly making this way harder for yourself than it needs to be. I think you can also get away with this on, like, you know, a Stealth plus Windleton line or something like that. You've got some other options. It doesn't have to be Primordium. But in terms of just giving yourself the maximum chance to win, Primordium is definitely correct, right? He has all of the pieces you need to capitalize on this from the get-go. It doesn't even matter what you have as far as his path. Stalwart Snack is incredible when you have this many stats baked into him. Obviously, Superfood is better, and obviously you want to pass on some damage shield because it means that the 26 damage Divinity doesn't threaten you, but it's all good, right? I mean, it's fine. You saw how this panned out. It was just spam damage shield, play other stuff, try our best. The real challenge of this run, in my opinion, is that normal pings are ineffective. And you saw that with that Mind Collapse. It was very difficult for me to actually clear waves right? I'm like, kill this backline or try to, and sometimes it did it and sometimes it didn't, and sometimes the math worked out and sometimes it didn't. So you're always going to be struggling with that. For that reason, things like Inferno, Vent with a plus 30-10 in piercing, Glimmer plus 30-10 in piercing, those are your huge hits. You really want those if you can get them. Now, obviously, we didn't end up down those paths. I don't even think we saw Glimmer in this run, but in the same token, things like the spikes on this random Thorned Hollow actually mattered. They were clearing some back lines, and he was, beating the heck out of the front lines. The gnarled root actually mattered, right? What else? The gnarled root. I can't believe that. That's an unbelievable scaling method. You heal the man with the Unleash the Wildwood, which I was just bringing along for the spikes, by the way, because I did want a small number of them. Like, 60 spikes does a lot of work here, right? You don't need a lot for it to help. As long as your main floor element is not reliant on them, Mr. Thornhollow struggles a lot when you're going, I'm going to make a spikes run, and then you just give him a bunch of health and he punches. And it's like, all right, cool. Well, how are you going to win again? You're not clearing waves. You're not fast enough. You don't win relentless. What are you doing here, bud? So it's pretty tough. It's too bad his self-infuse is so bad. But we made this work. Basically, Primordium hard carried this off the back of the Elite and Brawl modifiers. So pretty good stuff. And that brings us to the end of this series. I have long talked about wanting to get a series of all expert challenges on the channel for those people who have always asked for them. How do you solve the expert challenges? What do you recommend for the expert challenges? Explain to me the unique elements of each expert challenge. Well, here you go. I mean, we did it. At long last, I have finished it. It took half a year, but we've made it happen, and that's awesome. I don't know what to tell you is going to happen after this series is over. I've got some ideas, but we'll come up with something in this slot. But yeah, it's not like I'm going to be replaying these. We've done them. This is now what, the third time I've done every single expert challenge personally. Some of them I've actually done more than that, but yeah. So hey, here we go. All right. Well, thanks for being here, and if you've watched every single one of the expert challenge videos, I don't know, we'll put a cool comment in the YouTube channel so that I know that you did it all. We'll call this one Gnarled Root. If you use Gnarled Root in a sentence in the comments below, I will know that you've watched, well, I guess I'll know you've watched at least this video, but we'll try to be honest here. Try to be above board. Only use that keyword if you've watched all of them, because that means we've kind of done this journey together, and that's a cool experience. So anyway, that's enough rambling. Thanks everyone for your time, for joining us. I really appreciate everything you do. I mean, you do. I'm the one recording this, but at the same time, I don't know, you make it worth watching and doing all this stuff. So thank you. Anyway, you can give the video a like if you want. You can subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. I'd be surprised if someone made it this far in this particular series and hasn't already subscribed, but maybe. And yeah, stay tuned for what's next. Take care, folks.